Thank you, Taylor. Taylor, we pull the blind up.
Oh, there we go.
All right. My turn. Are we filming?
Yes.
Mr. Willis in the hizzy. Page 770, section 26.2, EGF. Arthropod diversity. We're going to talk about the different groups of arthropods today. So, let's first discuss the taxonomy, phylogeny, that sort of thing. What kingdom are we in right now?
Animalia.
Kingdom Animalia. What phylum are we in right now?
Arthropodia.
Arthropoda. Now, we have certain groups. The first one we're going to study are the crustaceans, which is actually a subphylum. Subphylum Crustacea. Whoops, I misspelled it.
Crustacea.
Are you getting any of this, Meredith?
Uh-huh. I am.
Zoom in.
Do I really have to zoom in?
Yes, you
I'm gonna go home and watch this, and I'd like to see.
How are you gonna get that on the board up there?
I mean, are you focusing on this so they can read it?
No, I don't critique any of y'all and your filming.
No, just zoom in.
Well, I just noticed you were. It didn't look like you were pointing at it.
I am, but you're on the screen.
This is on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, man, zoom in so we can.
No one believes me.
You know
Is that better?
What?
You get mad at me again.
I wasn't talking.
Okay. So what are the crustaceans? All right,
Crabs.
my turn.
Crabs. Lobsters.
Crabs, lobsters, crayfish,
Crawfish.
shrimp,
Crawfish.
not horseshoe crabs,
Crawfish.
crawfish, water fleas. The crustaceans live in the ocean. Most are aquatic. Now I'm up here, Meredith.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to
Put the
focus.
flashcards down.
Yeah, don't make flashback while you're filming.
Most are aquatic and have 2 pairs of antennae, 2 compound eyes that can be on the tips of slender movable stalks, and mandibles for chewing. Crustaceans possess branched appendages and have a free-swimming larval stage.
Very nice.
Here's a crustacean here. You know what that is?
What's a lobster?
Crayfish.
That, no, I'm just kidding.
We're going to look at these in the lab and dissect these things. Most crustaceans, such as crayfishes, lobsters, and crabs, have 5 pairs of legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this big one.
That's not a leg, bro.
It is.
No, wait. Is it that one?
Yeah, it's those. It's those. Let's do it then.
Bro,
The
that-
first
that's
pair of legs,
acceptable.
the chelipeds, has large claws adapted to catch and crush food. I guess that's these.
Close enough.
Chelipeds is what they're called. Chelipeds, large claws. I wonder if that's pronounced cheliped. Cheliped.
Cheliped.
Which has large chelicid. The cheliceds are the first pair of legs, which has large claws to trap and crush food.
Then we have the swimmerettes. Little tiny appendages back here that help them swim.
Swimmerette. A swimmerette is a crustacean appendage used as a flipper during swimming.
I like they have the pronunciation here. Here, if we look at the underside of the body, we see it's got some other, the little swimmerettes there, and then it's got some other, look like fins here. They're called Arthropods for swimming. There's the big cheliped. Here it has antennae. The antennae sense. They have chemical sensors on them for smelling. They can also sense the movement of currents. They're the sensory organs. This is how they smell. The compound eyes that we talked about yesterday that have many hundreds or thousands of lenses. There's their mouth. And they've removed these legs here so you can see the gills. Behind the legs are the gills. Extensions going out into the water that will take in oxygen. There's a little sperm duct right there. That's for releasing sperm out into the water. These things have external fertilization. And again, we have a cephalothorax and an abdomen. Two major parts of the body there. You can see the segmentation, though. Evidence that these things evolved from segmented worms. Here's a look at the side of it. If you cut it open and can see inside of it, you see it has a brain and ventral nerve cord. A nerve cord running down its stomach. Green gland, I have no idea what that's for. Here's this big digestive gland that helps it digest the food. There's the stomach. So look where its mouth is. You would think if you looked at this thing, the mouth is up here somewhere. There it is right there. Takes the food into the stomach, and then the digestive gland releases compounds that break it down, and the waste pass out the anus back here. There's the testis, and there's the sperm come out through the sperm duct there. There's the heart, and a big dorsal artery going down the back. There's a ventral artery going down the bottom. Interesting. You ever eat crayfish? Low country boil?
Yeah. Wouldn't crayfish be closed circulatory system? Are they?
I think they have an open circulatory system, actually. The vessels, the blood is in vessels, but it comes out of the vessels and circulates around the cavity, and then it's sucked back into the heart. There's a crab, Sally Lightfoot.
Virtually every organism in the sea produces larval forms which spend some time as plankton. They often look very different from the parent during this stage in their lives. Through metamorphosis, they change to eventually take on the adult form.
Maybe what? Can you guess?
What, that?
Scallop.
I was going to guess Venus.
The baby organisms floating around the water have a name, a general name for little babies floating around in the water. You know what it is?
No.
Probably just.
Think SpongeBob.
Plankton.
Plankton. They're called plankton.
Sandy.
Gary.
Gary said the answer. Is it
Here's a crab.
The exoskeleton of arthropods, such as this crab, does not grow along with the animal and must be periodically shed.
What do you need?
The new exoskeleton is soft, and the organism must hide for protection until it hardens.
Donna.
Did we see that stupid video about the exoskeleton?
No.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
You know about the football player?
This one? We saw that yesterday, didn't we?
No, I want to see.
See you next game.
Sorry.
Pretty sure it was like 4.
Okay, let's talk about spiders. Now, spiders belong to hold on, subphylum Crustacea, crabs, lobsters, shrimp. Class Arachnida.
Is that what they call arachnids?
Yes, they're called arachnids. Spiders, ticks, mites.
I can't get them.
Turn it to the left.
What? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I'm
scorpions.
not a very good filmographer.
Filmography.
Hey, Jay, you watched that eavesdropping on my conversations?
It's gonna flip on his face.
What?
Tighten it.
All right.
Okay, tightening.
Most arachnids have two body sections, the cephalothorax and abdomen, 6 pairs of jointed appendages, 8 legs, and then 2 other pairs of appendages that we call chelicerae and pedipalps. An arachnid's most anterior pair, what's anterior mean?
Head.
Front. Most anterior pair of appendages is modified into mouth parts called chelicerae.
That eat ground.
Chelicerae are mouth parts in the front. They're kind of like fangs. Usually the chelicerae contain fangs on the chelicerae.
Chelicera. The chelicera is one of a pair of arachnid appendages modified to function as fangs or pincers.
I've heard it pronounced chelicerae. The second pair of appendages are the pedipalps. Pedipalps are next to the chelicerae. The chelicerae are in front for biting, and the pedipalps are next to it for holding the food.
Pedipalp. A pedipalp is one of a pair of arachnid appendages used for sensing and holding prey, and in male spiders used for reproduction.
Now, all spiders are carnivores. They eat living things. And this is not a spider, this is a scorpion. But you can see the chelicerae, it doesn't show it very well there, are the little fangs in the front. And then these are the pedipalps, the modified into pinchers in a scorpion. Then it has its, so the pedipalps are one pair of appendages, the chelicerae are another pair, and then the 8 legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 on the other side, 8. And then there's this modified tail that has a stinger on it. So that's quite an organism there.
Does the stinger have the poison or does the mouth have the poison?
The stinger has poison.
What purpose do little hairs serve?
They're sensory. It can feel. The thing about an exoskeleton is it's hard. You can't get much feeling through it. So they have, sticking through the exoskeleton, they have the little hairs that have feelers, can sense movement. Yes?
One time me and Hannah went camping with a class, like it was a class field trip to Yosemite, and the boys, they were all in a tent, well, they were in 2 tents together, and they put their tent up, and then they went in to put their sleeping bags in, and they saw this shape, and it was a scorpion.
Was it?
And they all screamed and ran out of it, and they're like, what happened? And we're like, there's a scorpion under our tent, let's move the tent.
Did they move the tent?
Yeah.
Really good story.
The scorpions, scorpions will sting, but most of them won't kill. They, Graham, stop talking. They don't really kill. There have been people killed by scorpion stings, but it's usually many stings from a bunch of scorpions, and it's usually a small child or old person. Somebody who has a strong immune system, usually not killed by scorpions.
When me and Drew went,
More like bee. They're kind of like bee stings.
when me and Drew went to the Grand Canyon, so when I got started,
Somebody got stung? Yeah, or maybe like a black widow sting. You know, usually doesn't kill, but it can kill, but usually doesn't.
Are there stingers like these, and if they sting once, they can't sting again?
No, they can sting again.
So it doesn't, like the stinger doesn't fall off?
No.
Oh man.
Graham?
my mom's friend has some people in the desert that she knows, and they had like a couple of dogs that got killed by scorpions.
Oh, really?
Oh, really, girl?
Yeah, now the poison's enough to kill smaller animals.
Yeah, they're like dead dogs.
Wow. Your mom's friends, those people, there's dogs.
Spiders!
No, my mom's friends are people who...
Jay and Graham, back here. Spiders are capable of constructing specific kinds of webs They have special structures on their abdomen called spinnerets, and they shoot web out of their abdomen, and the spinnerets are little hands that will move and weave the web. Spiders secrete digestive enzymes onto the prey, and the digestive enzyme softens and digests the prey, and then they suck in the softened food. Here's the body of a spider. You can see the chelicerae in the front there with fangs on them. And then those are the pedipalps that hold the food. Again, you have the 8 legs. Here's the opening to their book lungs. Remember I said inside they have book lungs that look like pages of a book. The reproductive opening, that opens, that's how they lay eggs and such. The spiracle, that releases the web, the silk, and the spinnerets, those are the 2 appendages I was talking about that hold and weave the web. Spider webs are the strongest substance in the world if you measure it strength versus weight. I mean, obviously a steel bar is probably stronger than a spider web, but it weighs a lot more. For a lightweight, spider web is as strong as you can get.
I was watching the History Channel a couple of weeks.
Wait, it was Ellen Grace. I'll get you there.
Did you tell us that, I can't remember if you told us this, that they're trying to make clothing for
spider web material through genetic engineering by getting bacteria to make it genetically. They haven't perfected that yet, but if they did, then we would have real strong material that's real light. Is that what you're going to ask?
Yeah.
Didn't you already say it would be like bulletproof?
Yeah, you could easily make it
I saw
bulletproof.
there making it bulletproof.
You never saw that.
There's a black widow. They have the hourglass shape on the bottom. This is one of the few poisonous spiders. There's only something like 12 in the world that can kill humans. This is one of them. Again, you would have to get stung probably a few times to be killed, but it has happened. Video footage.
I gotta go this side.
On the posterior portion of a spider's abdomen are spinnerets, organs that produce a liquid protein that hardens into silk. Web building usually begins with a long horizontal line. The spider then drops from the center with a vertical line, forming the Y-shaped frame of the web. Frame lines are added and the spokes are attached. Spiders can determine the location of trapped prey from the vibrations of the web. Prey are wrapped in silk either before or after the spider has injected its poison.
That was a good shot of the web coming out of the spider there. You see right there?
Did those come out of the book lungs?
No, not out of the lungs. It's an opening called a spherical. Wait.
Oh, I gotcha.
Such a tiny hole for a lot of web.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't farm spiders. You can't grow a bunch of spiders to produce a bunch of web and then collect the web because the spiders eat each other.
What if you keep it in the boxes?
They will bust through the glass to get numbers.
Well, then they won't make a big web if they're kept in a little box.
In a big box.
A male spider stores sperm in a cavity on his pedipalps. The male inserts the sperm into the female. The female lays her eggs in a cocoon spun of spider silk. There can be as many as 100 eggs in one cocoon. Often you see the females pulling the cocoon around with them, attached to a thing of silk.
Like a sled?
Like a sled, yeah. I stepped on a spider one time, a big one that was carrying one of those, and the little baby spiders went all over the directions, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And they were all like,
I had spiders in the house for 2 months.
Oh my god.
Other members of class Arachnida are ticks, mites, and scorpions. You've seen them before.
I get ticks off my dog all the time.
Finally, horseshoe crabs. Horseshoe crabs have remained unchanged since the Triassic period, more than 200 million years ago. Chelicerae pedipalps and the next 3 pairs of legs are used for walking and getting food from the bottom of the sea. They feed on annelids, mollusks, and other invertebrates. We've got them around here. Most places in the country haven't seen horseshoe crabs. We see them all the time.
I have a huge one at my house.
They come to the shore to reproduce in high tide. The long thing that goes out the back is called the telson. There's the abdomen area.
Is that
This area is called the carapace. Yes.
Is that what killed that?
No, it's
No.
just stingray.
I thought everybody
Yeah,
knew
these
what it
things
was,
don't hurt
like,
people.
immediately.
Yeah.
So the teleson's not a stinger?
Yeah, it can be used for defense, I think, but it's not.
I can take it off and kill you with it.
I want to fight.
I don't. I would rather just say I don't
Keep
want.
one.
Okay, so let's watch some video footage on spiders. You can turn that off.
Yeah. Do you want to say
Point to me.
bye or something? Oh, wait, hold up.
Read 26.2 for homework. Willis out.
If anyone's watching this right now, go up to Meredith Mosley and say hi. Okay.
Willis out.
Okay.
Turn it off.
That was interesting.
Push the button to turn it off.
Uh-oh, here we go.